Welcome, precious divine feminines. This is going to be your reading where we are discussing your energy and how it can come into unity with divine masculine energy. But we're going to take a real deep dive here into it. I do this reading every few weeks and it comes out for the weekends, and then I do a complementary love reading every other week that I don't do this one. So I hope that you find a lot from this one reading. And if you wish, you can book with me. The details are below. You'll find a link to my website there if you want to book an online reading with me. Okay, so our bottom row here is going to deal with your subconscious, really what's been hidden from you. We will take a look at the higher self energies that are available and how we can integrate these into the 3D realm that we live in here. And then our crowning card really looks at that unification of the masculine and the divine. I encourage you, because these are just energies, to look at the masculine energy as well, because we carry both within us. And within our partnerships, we can kind of shift in and out of them amongst ourselves. So we're going to take a look here first. This is in the position of really the deepest type of programming you can acquire, which is coming through the DNA, through ancestors, through that type of programming that's inherited. And what I'm getting out of this is almost like confusion, a lack of clarity, and even a lack of full articulation. It gets very incomplete in its follow through. It's merely just a suggestion, and even in that, the energy feels a little bit overly dull and sort of just real lackluster. So there may be this experience that you're having where you're feeling kind of like that, almost as if your voice doesn't matter. Even if you are speaking, it's sort of going nowhere. And this real feeling, though, that's coming through of like this earnestness in your heart, where you would just like to not have to put in the extra effort to be heard. You just want it to feel as if it's normal. Now let's look here at your next card, which is in the position of more immediate programming that is more of the nature from this lifetime. This would be friends and family, our communities, our immediate surroundings, our childhood. And again, I'm kind of getting that as well. It almost feels that as if you've tried to interact with your environment. It carries these qualities of dullness and a lack of articulation, a lack of really bringing something to the point of full potential, and not really having the resources nor the clarity of where to go to even access the resources. And in a way, I feel like this has been a thing that has created difficulty in rooting yourself here, of not really having a sense that even if you find the rooting, that's really the only level that you can get to, it feels difficult to really grow beyond that into a fully self-realized being. Now, I'm looking at the position of what has been suppressed because it was shamed, and through empowerment you can re-emerge this, you can bring it back up to the surface. What I'm getting here is that true power, that ability to see clearly for yourself, to kind of have come in with an inner knowing, an inner guidance system, a way of being in rapport with the world that brings your life to the level that you enjoy being in it, a way that makes your surroundings feel like you have full access to it, and it responds to you, and you're living in harmony with everything, and you're in your power doing it. So this is really kind of falling in line here, I feel like, theme. Now I'm looking at any emotions that may be repressed. And I'm getting that sense of, again, your empowerment, almost like a crown energy, that feeling of really reaching a status where you are respected for the abilities that you've accrued, the type of character that you have, and just your overall, development. And it feels like you have more than enough to have that presence, but as it tries to integrate into the world, it gets dulled a little bit again. It's like its reception is just never, there's a mistranslation of it, or like something's lost basically in the translation, which is such a shame to witness here. Okay, let's look at some higher energies for you. Ooh, normally I don't really read the cards, but you did get Angel Gabriel, which is the messenger, and we're kind of talking about your ability to communicate with your environment, to integrate and be at one with it. And a real sort of allowing of a flowering of your own consciousness here. Being on the pillar of truth even. So yeah, this is where I see this real gentle affirmation of the type of selfhood that you're actually entitled to, restored, modeled here for you. And I think what is so splendid about this is that it's not over the top. It's not something where we are idolizing you or adorning you or making you more than you are. It's just that we're not depleting you and not acknowledging you at all. It's almost a very neutral energy. It just is not being suppressed. Let's see here. We'll take another card from the higher realms. And again, we have this energy of you more so like dancing in your truth, dancing on a solid foundation that is responsive to your dreams, your desires, manifesting those in reality, in full articulation, and without any stops being put in place. Like there's a very fluid progression here and harmonious way of going about being you. And a very good use of energy, like you feel like you actually can absorb the energy, that there's light around for you to even absorb and be part of. Yes, I really feel like these are more so like modeling the possibility of what's been lost down here. I'm going to see what we get as far as integration goes. This position is holding more of like the vibes, the energy of what can be integrated. Yeah, so this for me is just really resounding with an over-confirmation, a way of saying that kind of like we're all queens, like find the queen within you, like we can all be powerful feminine energy sources here, that there is something inherent about that is our birthright. And it's really beautiful because it's not just about one person having that. It's like a endless, infinite amount of rulers that have, like we're all the authors of our own life. We're all empowered. We all rule our own reality. And we should allow one another to have that same privilege instead of that hierarchy where there's something ruling over other people. So to me, this is just a real call for the feminine energy to acknowledge their empowerment and in community acknowledge their empowerment together, that you stand together in that. I'm going to look more at like the psychological aspects, the blend of the emotional and the thought space. This energy feels very, I wanted to say harsh, but I think that's too strong of a word. It's like it's a centering process, but not in a way that feels a little bit, softer. It feels kind of forceful, like you're having to really take something that you need to focus on and really give it that effort, like very much do that and use a type of energy that you probably don't normally use to focus in this way. But without it, it feels like you can't quite get there. And I'm not quite sure why it's showing up with this type of vibe to it, though, this type of energy. I guess for me, what I'm getting is that, like, this is like an illusion, like an optical illusion. This is really what's coming through, what I'm hearing. That don't fool yourself, like you actually don't have to take on this type of energy, this harsher, angular, more rigid thinking to focus, that you can circle it, you can have a softer lens and way of getting to the same point without having to bring in this harshness to have basically like a point be made. So if you are finding that you're trying to have a voice in this world, be in this world, and present yourself, that it doesn't mean that you have to step into like the masculine energy to do it. And if you do, knowingly use it as a tool. Like this energy doesn't have to define you. Okay, and then we're going to look at any action that can be extended out from this integration. What I'm seeing here is something growing far more responsive to you. It's as if when you step into a better energy, your more authentic self, because you being outside of it, it's showing you that your environment can't even respond to you because you're not resonating, you're not being an energy that's going to magnetize the type of energy that you actually want to you. Instead, you're getting the direct reflection of what you have been doled down to be. So once you find your empowerment, once you step into this energy, it's as if the whole world just opens up to you and wants to dance with you and wants to give you whatever you want here. And you're just, restored at the deepest level. And in a way, like, I think this will be so affecting that it will help you build towards something. And again, we're getting more of this focal point here too, like it's creating a different type of entry into that one that feels a little bit different, with the energy that you probably would like to hold a little bit more. So it's as if it's going to open a door for you or something, or a new way for you that's going to be built to last more so, that has a lot of potential for future growth. Now let me look at how you can integrate with the masculine energy. This is like one of my favorite. It's the only it's the only tarot deck I own, but I read it as an oracle deck. But I love it for its theme, and I get so much off of the little drawings here. So they just have such a simple charm. It looks like the key to coming together with the masculine energy during this time is going to be this idea of relaxation, of both of you kind of not even playing the roles of the feminine or the masculine, and more so just honoring the need to let bodies relax, let minds relax, just let things have a feeling of ease for a bit. Maybe not really trying to assert yourself out anywhere in the world at large, or not really going anywhere, but just taking comfort perhaps in the home or in a space that's in or near the home, like indoor, outdoor kind of spaces and stuff. Or maybe just being kind of outside, somewhere relaxing, balcony areas basically. And it looks like it is sort of about building towards something, like you may have a little bit of history together, if this is an energy, a person that you're interacting with, and you're kind of enjoying exploring what it is that you've kind of built, or being able to have some enjoyment in what you share between the two of you, what stability may be there. And I think that as you are relaxing with one another, it's helping to generate some more love as a foundation beneath you. It's helping energize both of you, and it's also allowing for an integration of a cosmic energy to come through that you can just absorb in a way where you don't have to process it so much mentally. It's just something that, as a plant takes up the sun's light, it's sort of a photosynthesis of this otherworldly energy that you'll just be processing without having to make the conscious effort to do so. Okay, my loves, let's close your reading there, and I hope that you have a very blessed week. Please join me again for any of my other readings. I have 7 playlists right now of different types of reads that I do, so you're always welcome to peruse those. Okay, take care.